Hey there, it's time for another coffee chat. All right, we have very little time, and I want to just give you a quick rundown of what we got to do. Obviously, the goal is to finish the bike, true, but there's a lot to get done, and I want it to be an effective race bike. Hopefully, I will have Scott Rounds racing it. So the engine is mounted, everything is tacked into position, and the next thing to do is to start addressing little things like wheel spacers, bleeding the brakes, putting a stop on the shifter so I can adjust the pedal height, and then a return spring. Basically just try and get the chassis sorted out as much as possible. So I'm gonna go get brake lines right now. And then this seat, oh my God, what a pain in the ass. We bolted it down and it's like, you can see, let's see, if I line up, you can see how far off center this piece is. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is maybe just take a saw to it and cut it and trim it and try and force it back into shape. So I've cut the seat, added some scores to relieve it, and then I'm taking in this area, and then also using a screw to sort of hold it offset. So the idea is that from here, we put some patches along here that essentially serve as glue. They hold it together. All right, this isn't pretty. In fact, it's the opposite of pretty. So basically, we're laying down glass and building it up, and man, this is no body how-to here. We're basically just trying to build some glass up here to put some strength back to that area that I cut it, and also to fill in that dimension. I use a paintbrush to just sort of work out the bubbles, and you know, any body man would just cringe at what's happening here. But anybody who's ever raced a motorcycle at the track and has had to do trackside repairs, well, they recognize what's happening right here. We've covered everything, and I don't know, I think it's gonna be okay. It's much closer to straight. So a very quick update on the seat. I've grounded down with some 40 grit on the Festool. It's pretty close. So the thing I want to do now is just check the fit. This is the trim line that's going to allow it to match up with the tank. So I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to give it some more sanding. And then it's going to get slathered with some body putty. The great part is you can't see both sides of the bike at the same time. It's way better. I still need to find somebody to paint this because I don't think I have time, although I don't think I have money to afford to have somebody paint it. Oh, also, on Friday, the motor comes. So that's why the chassis needs to be wrapped up so that this weekend we can start diving into the motor.